Alrighty, welcome everyone. Today we are going to be playing some old school RPGs, or a old school RPG to say the least. Anyway, enjoy the video. Alrighty then, here we are. I present to you Planescape Torment Enhanced Edition. Version 3.1.4.0. Oh yeah! I actually have no idea what the differences are in the patches. So, hope you enjoyed that little intro video. So right now I'm thinking maybe shooters on Saturdays, RPGs on Sundays. Sound good? Good. If it doesn't sound good, probably gonna do it anyway. Until I decide to do something different. Always room for changes and improvements, especially since I'm just learning how to figure out all this stuff out. Anyway, let's jump into it. Let's begin our new life, start a new game. New life. Character generation screen. Modify statistics. Move cursor over each statistic for purpose. Okay. So I have played this game a bit. A long time ago I beat it. I don't remember a lot of it. Not too long ago I played the Enhanced Edition. And if I remember correctly, Wisdom is OP. You get a ton of experience. Yeah, it says here. This ability score represents your intuition, common sense, and willpower. A high wisdom helps you recall memories and gives you a bonus to experience points. And with wisdom of 18, it's of heroic proportions. Beautiful. I have 12 more character points. Okay. I like to play a mage usually in this game, so I'm just gonna dump into wisdom and a little bit of dexterity. Charisma is good, but I think for now I'm just gonna stack the wisdom for dialogue options and other elements of the story which will unfold as we play. If you aren't familiar, you shall see. And intelligence is, I believe, yeah, it says gives you more dialogue options, yes, and aids in mage skills, which I'm going to do. So with the high int and wisdom, there's lots of dialogue options that open up. And disclaimer now, should have said it like as soon as the introduction movie ended. There is a lot of dialogue, a lot of reading. This game is text heavy. And I probably will read quite a bit of it. If it's like severely requested that I not, maybe, but to my preference, I kind of want to go through the motions of the story and let it all unfold. I think that's sort of the style I'm going to be going for with a lot of these Let's Plays. Episodic, beginning to end sort of a deal. Anyway, I think that's probably fine. So, accept. Or wait. You don't pick a name. Yeah, no, you're right, nameless one. You are the nameless one. I am the nameless one. He is the nameless one. I don't know. Immersion or some shit.
Hey, Chief. You okay? You playing corpse or you putting the blinds on the dusties? I thought you were a deader for sure.
Who are you? Who am I? How about you? Start. Who are you? I asked you first, Skull. No, I don't know. I can't remember. You can't remember your name? Heh. Well, next time you spend a night in this burg, go easy on the bub. Name's Mort. I'm trapped in here, too. Trapped? Yeah, since you haven't had time to get your legs yet, here's the chant. I've tried all the doors, and this room is locked tighter than a chastity belt. We're locked in where? What is this place? It's called the mortuary. It's a big black structure with all the architectural charm of a pregnant spider. The mortuary? What, am I dead? Not from where I'm standing. You got scars aplenty, though. Looks like some Burke painted you with a knife. All the more reason to give this place the laugh before whoever carved you up comes back to finish the job. Scars? How bad are they? Well, the carvings on your chest aren't too bad, but the ones on your back... Mort pauses. Say, looks like you got a whole tattoo gallery on your back, Chief. How's that something? Tattoos on my back? What do they say? Oh, and if I have a lack of consistency in voicing the characters, I apologize. It's gonna drift off of characters just every once in a while. Looks like you come with directions. Mort clears his throat. Let's see, it starts with... I know you've been feeling like you've been drinking a few kegs of Styx wash, but you need to center yourself. Among your possessions is a journal. That'll shed some light on the dark of the matter. Farad can fill you in on the rest of the chant, if he's not in the dead book already. Farad, does it say anything else? Yeah, there's a bit more. Mort pauses. Let's see, it goes on. Don't lose the journal, or we'll be up the sticks again. And whatever you do, do not tell anyone who you are or what happens to you, or they'll put you on a quick pilgrimage to the crematorium. Do what I tell you. Read the journal, then find Farad. No wonder my back hurts. There's a damn novel written there. As for that journal I'm supposed to have with me, was there one with me while I was lying here? No, you were stripped to the skins when you arrived here. Besides, looks like you got enough of a journal penned on your body. What about Farah? Do you know him? Nobody I know, but then again, I don't know many people. Still, some Burke's got to know where to find Farad. Once we get out of here, that is. How do we get out of here? Well, all the doors are locked, so we'll need the key. Chances are, one of the walking corpses in this room has it. Walking corpses? Yeah, the mortuary keepers use dead bodies as cheap labor. The corpses are dumb as stones, but they're harmless and won't attack you unless you attack first. So I should attack one of these corpses and loot it for the key? Well, before you do that, arm yourself. I think there's a scalpel on one of the shelves around here. Yeah, I can search the shelves around it. Alright, I'll look for one. One last thing. Those corpses are as slow as molasses, but getting punched by one of them is like being kissed by a battering ram. If they start getting an edge on you, remember you can run, and they can't. Use it to keep some distance if you need to recover. Okay, I think I have it set to auto already. Alright, thanks for the advice.
I'm going.
Okay, here we are, now that I'm done chattering on with good ol' Mort here. I believe it's Mort. Alright. Just punch him! Yeah. Very good. I have it set to auto pause for certain actions that happen. Makes things a little bit less hectic and more strategic, which is generally what I prefer. This corpse stops and stares blankly at you as you approach. The number 782 is carved into his forehead, and his lips have been stitched closed. The faint smell of formaldehyde emanates from the body. I'm looking for a key. Do you happen to have one? This looks... I love Mort. He's one of my favorite characters in this game. This looks like the lucky petitioner here, Chief. Looks like he's got the key there in his hand. This corpse looks like the one with the key. It is holding it tightly in its left hand, its thumb and forefinger locked around it in a death grip. It looks like you'll need to hack the corpse's hand off to free the key. I need that key, corpse. Looks like you're not long for this world. Ooh! She just starts stacking him automatically. That's funny. Great. Cool. Preparation room key. That's what I want. There's a way to highlight things, yes. Yes, scalpel. Just gonna take all these things into the room. Nice. Very good. To kill all the zombies for XP or not to? Inventory screen. Yeah. Just use the scalpel for now. So, let's see here. Statistics screen. So right now I'm a level 3 fighter, as you can see here. That's how you start with any build that you prepare at the beginning. I believe to switch my class I'm going to have to go out and find a mage trainer, or a thief trainer if I decide to be a thief, but I'm pretty dead set on being the powerful and wise mage. Okay. So, can I just do A for attack? Yes. Hotkeys are always lovely. All the bandages. Oh. Somehow got it to center in on myself. Wasn't even sure I did that. I'll get it figured out. Just some advice, Chief. I'd keep it quiet from here on. No need to put any more corpses in the dead book than necessary, especially the femmes. Plus, killing them might draw the caretakers here. I don't think you mentioned it before. Who are these caretakers? They call themselves the Dustmen. Can't miss them. They have an obsession with black and rigor mortis of the face. They're an adult bunch of ghoulish death worshippers. They believe everybody should die, sooner better than later. I'm confused. Why do these Dustmen care if I escape? Weren't you listening? I said the Dusties believe everybody's got to die, sooner better than later. You think the corpses you've seen are happier in the dead book than out of it? The corpses I've seen here, where they all come from? Death visits the plains every day, Chief. These shamblers are all that's left of the poor sods who sold their bodies to the caretakers after death. Enlighten me. Who are these caretakers? They call themselves the Dustmen. Can't miss them. They have an oh, I already read this. I'm so good at this. Before you said something about making sure I didn't kill any female corpses. Why? What? Are you serious? Look, Chief, these dead shits are the last chance for a couple of hardy bashers like us. We need to be chivalrous. No hacking them up for keys, no lopping their limbs off, things like that. Last chance? What are you talking about? Chief, they're dead. We're dead. See where I'm going? Eh? You can't be serious. Chief, we already got an opening line with these limping ladies. We've all died at least once. We'll have something to talk about. They'll appreciate man with our kind of death experience. Wait, didn't you say before that I'm not dead? Well, alright, you might not be dead, but I am. And from where I'm standing, I wouldn't mind sharing a coffin with some of these fine sinewy cadavers I see here. Mort starts clacking his teeth as if in anticipation. Of course, the caretakers would have to part with them first, and that's not likely. Alright, I'll try to remember that. Look, Chief, it's obvious you're still a little addled after your kiss with death, so I got 2 bits of advice for you. 1, if you got questions, ask me, alright? To speak to a party member, click talk, and then click on them, and then you say, alright, if I have any questions, I'll ask you. Or, second, if you're half as forgetful as you seem to be, start writing stuff down. Whenever you come across something that might be important, jot it down so you don't forget. If I had that journal I was supposed to have with me, I'd do that. Start a new one then, Chief. No loss. There's plenty of parchment and ink around here to last you. Alright, couldn't hurt. I'll make a new one then. Use it to keep track of your movements. If you ever start to get cloudy on important things like who you are, or more importantly, who I am, use it to refresh your memory. Alright, I got it. Let's go.
My journal.
Oh, goodness. I love Mort. I can't put enough emphasis on the fact that I love Mort. Okay, I think it's, yeah, C for center, if I want to center it on my guy. Zombie worker. Beautiful. The shambling corpse gazes at you with vacant eyes. Her skin is paper thin, almost wispy. It's like someone draped a sheet of cobwebs across her frame. The number 594 has been scratched onto her forehead with a charcoal pencil. So, doing anything later? Oh, come on, we're not bored. It's great talking to you. Farewell. See the way she was looking at me? Huh? See that? The way she was following the curve of my occipital bone? What are you talking about? What are you, blind? She was scouting me out. It was shameless. The way she wanted me. Wanted you to go away, maybe. She was obviously too distracted by me to pay attention to some stupid bobbing head with a big mouth. Oh, I love this. Go with that one. You, yeah, right. Trust me, chits beyond the grave don't care about all that physicality, and I've got a body. I'm all scarred and tough looking. They want guys with spirit. That's me, Chief. You, corpses like you, are as common as copper. Whatever, Mort, let's go.
Alright.
Dear Lord. Alright, this is probably a way to quick save. F2, no, F3, F4, F5, F6, F7, F8. Wait, Q for quick save? Oh, Q for quick save, I like that more.
I'm gone.
I forgot, that's how it is in Baldur's Gate also, I believe. Bloodstains, rust, and other remains cover the surface of this metal slab. It is much larger than most of the other slabs and is sitting on a platform that allows it to be rotated. Fancy. I might need one of those for my dungeon. Alright. Loot. Aw. Lies. Loot lies. Receiving room logbook. So, I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to read all of the text on like every single item I find, because most items have quite detailed descriptions. If you would like that, leave a comment or something, you know, like throw a brick at me with a note on it that says, do this, do that. Okay, so we're gonna talk to this feller, doll. This scribe looks very old. His skin is wrinkled and has a slight trace of yellow, like old parchment. Charcoal gray eyes lie within an angular face, and a large white beard flows down from the front of his robes like a waterfall. His breathing is ragged and irregular, but even his occasional coughing does not slow the scratching of his quill pen. Greetings! Whoa, Chief, what are you doing? I was going to speak with the scribe. He might know something about how I got here. Look, rattling your bone box with Dusty should be the last thing. Before Mort could finish his rant, the scribe begins coughing violently. After a moment or two, the coughing spell dies down and the scribe's breathing resumes its ragged wheeze. And we especially shouldn't be swapping the chant with sick Dusties. Come on, let's leave. The quicker we give this place the laugh, the better. Before Mort can finish, the scribe's gray eyes flicker to you. The weight of years hang heavy upon me, restless one. He places down his quill. But I do not yet count deafness among my ailments. Restless one, do you know me? Know you, I. There is a trace of bitterness in the scribe's voice as he speaks. I have never known you, restless one. No more than you have known yourself. He is silent for a moment. But you have forgotten, have you not? Who are you? As always, the question. And the wrong question, as always. He bows slightly, but the movement suddenly sends him to a bout of coughing. He pauses for a moment, catching his breath. I am Dahl. Perhaps you can answer some questions for me, Dahl.
Updated my journal.
Very well. What did you wish to know? What is this place? You are in the mortuary, restless one. Again, you have come. Before he can finish, Dahl breaks into a fit of coughing, and after a moment, he calms himself and his breathing resumes its ragged wheeze. This is the waiting room for those to depart the shadow of life. I would like wheeze, but like I feel like that would like hurt my probably hurt my throat if I tried to wheeze too hard. So I'm just being like, Anyway, tell me about the mortuary. This is where the dead are brought to be interred or cremated. It is our responsibility as dustmen to care for the dead, those who have left this shadow of life and walked the path to true death. Dahl's voice drops in concern. Your wounds must have extracted a heavy toll if you do not recognize this place. It is almost your home. Shadow of life? Yes, a shadow, you see, restless one. This life, it is not real. Your life, my life, they are shadows, flickerings of what life once was. This life is where we end up after we die. And here we remain trapped, caged, until we can achieve the true death. True death? True death is non-existence. A state devoid of reason, of sensation, of passion. Dahl coughs, then gives a ragged breath. A state of purity. Sounds like oblivion. Why would anyone want that? Oh, can you tell me more about the mortuary? Sounds like oblivion. Why would anyone want that? It is worse than remaining in the shadow of life, of what life once was. I think not. Oh, well, I'm gonna read things wrong sometimes, so, oh well. Tell me more about the mortuary. Dustmen? We dustmen are a faction, a gathering of those of us that recognize the illusion of this life. We await the next life and help others on their journey. Perhaps you can explain why the dustmen want me dead. Dahl sighs. It is said that there are souls who can never attain the true death. Death has forsaken them, and their names shall never be penned in the dead book. To awake from death, as you have done, suggests you are one of these souls. Your existence is unacceptable to our faction. Unacceptable? That doesn't sound like it leaves me in a good position. You must understand, your existence is a blasphemy to them. Many of our faction would order you cremated, if they were aware of your affliction. You're a dustman, but you don't seem to be in favor of killing me. Why not? Because forcing our beliefs upon you is not just. You must give up this shadow of life on your own, not because we force you to. Dahl looks about to break into another coughing jag, but he manages to hold it in with some effort. As long as I remain at my post, I will protect your right to search for your own truth. What is your post? As I am a scribe, a cataloger of all the shells that come to the mortuary. Dahl coughs again, then takes a deep breath. As long as the stream of corpses flows through the mortuary, I shall remain at my post. You say that I have been here more than once. How is it that the dustmen do not recognize me?
Updated my journal.
I am the one that catalogs the shells that come to our halls, restless one. Dahl breaks into a fit of coughing and steadies himself. Only I see the faces of those that lie upon our slabs. The dark of your existence lies safe with me. I had some other questions. How did I get here? Dahl snorts in contempt as he finds the memory repugnant. Your moldy chariot ferried you to the mortuary, restless one. You would think you were royalty based on the number of loyal subjects that lay stinking and festering upon the cart that carried you. I arrived here on a cart.
Updated my journal.
Yes, your body was somewhere in the middle of the heap, sharing its fluids with the rest of the mountain of corpses. Dahl breaks into another violent fit of coughing, finally catching his breath minutes later. Your seneschal, Farod, was, as always, pleased to accept a few moldy coppers to dump the lot of you at the mortuary gate. Who is this Farod? He is a collector of the dead. Dahl draws a ragged breath, then continues. We have such people in our city that scavenge the bodies of those that have walked the path of true death and bring them to us so that they may be interred properly. Where can I find this Farod? If events persist as they have, Restless One, you have a much greater chance of Farod finding you and bringing you to us again before you find whatever ooze puddle he wallows in this time. Nevertheless, I must find him. A slight warning creeps into Dahl's tone. Do not seek out Farod, Restless One. I am certain that it will simply come full circle again, with you none the wiser and Farod few coppers richer. Accept death, Restless One. Do not perpetuate your circle of misery. I have to find him. Do you know where he is?
My journal.
Dahl is silent for a moment. When he finally speaks, he seems to do so reluctantly. I do not know under which gutter stone Farod lairs at the moment, but I imagine that he can be found somewhere. Somewhere beyond the mortuary gates in the hive. Perhaps someone there will know where you can find him. Oh, I totally botched that, but you know, still pretty damn fun. Doesn't sound like you like Farod much. There are some I respect, Restless One. Dahl takes a ragged breath, steadies himself. Farod is not one of them. He wears his ill repute like a badge of honor and takes liberties with the possessions of the dead. He is a knight of the post, cross-trading filth of the lowest sort. Knight of the post. A knight of the post. Dahl coughs. A thief. All Farod brings to our walls come stripped of a little less of their dignity than they possessed in life. Farod takes whatever he may pry from their stiffening fingers. Did this Farod take anything from me? Dahl pauses, considering. Most likely. Are you missing anything? Especially anything of value? Voice tips as he frowns. Not that Farod would take exception to anything that wasn't physically grafted to your body. Sometimes even that's not enough to give his greedy mind pause. I am missing a journal. A journal? If it was of any value, then it's just likely it lies in Farod's hands. Yeah, some other questions. Can you tell me how to get out of here? The front gate is the most obvious exit, but they will not let anyone other than Dustman pass. Dahl breaks into a ragged cough, then continues. One of the guides by the front gate has a key to it, but it is unlikely he will open it for you unless you are extremely persuasive. So yeah, some other questions. You know who I am?
My journal.
I know scant little of you, Restless One. I know little more than those that have journeyed with you and who now lie in our keeping. Dahl sighs. I ask that you no longer ask others to join with you, Restless One. Where you walk, so walks misery. Let your burden be your own. There are others who have journeyed with me, and they are here?
Updated my journal.
Do you not know the woman's corpse interred in the memorial hall below? I had thought that she had traveled with you in the past. Dahl looks like he is about to start coughing again and catches his breath. Am I mistaken? Where is her body? The Northwest Memorial Hall on the floor below us. Check the biers there. Her name should be on one of the memorial plaques. Mayhap that will revive your memory. I don't know. I don't recall ever traveling with a woman. Dahl makes no response to this. He simply stares at you in silence. I have some other questions. You sound ill. Are you not well? I am close now to the true death, Restless One. It will not be long before I pass beyond the eternal boundary and find the peace I have been seeking. I tire of this mortal sphere. Dahl gives a ragged sigh. The plains hold no more wonders for one such as I. Eternal boundary? The boundary between the shadow of this life and the true death. Nothing. Farewell, Dahl. As you turn to leave, Dahl speaks. Know this. I do not envy you, Restless One. To be reborn as you would be a curse that I could not bear. You must come to terms with it. At some point your path will return you here. Dahl coughs, the sound rattling in his throat. It is the way of all things flesh and bone. Then perhaps we will meet again, Dahl. Beautiful. Gonna get a save here. These are a bunch of my old saves. Should be fine. Quick save. And I think I'm gonna call it. I forgot to set a timer, but I think I spent enough time just chit-chatting these few rooms. Depends on your taste, but if you enjoy hearing all the details, this is the series for you. Anyway, thank you so much for coming and visiting. rolls and rockets. Have a wonderful day, a wonderful night, a wonderful time. Thank you. Bye bye.